Hey everyone, welcome to another Sit Down with Michael Francis. Hope everybody is doing well. And again, all is very good and very blessed on this end. Very thankful for that. You know, many of you know I'm writing a book and it's called A Mafia Democracy. And it is my perspective on how our government is operating today. Very mob-like, very Machiavellian. The book's going to be released in the next couple of months. And I feel like when you're given a platform and you don't do anything with it that's of substance, that's substantial, that can make a difference, that can have a positive impact, well, you're not living up to your potential in life. And you know, at 70 years old, I've been blessed with a platform, and I think that I have a point of view and an expression that people want to hear, and I think they need to hear it. I try to be on the right side of things as often as I possibly can. You know, I do my homework, I listen, I try not to make rash decisions, I try to think in a way that is positive rather than negative. And what I'm going to do from now on, I want to have a section or a video where I talk about things that are troubling me in recent times. Current things in the news, current things that are happening in our world, the United States, our government, that are troubling to me. I want to start to bring this out. I want to use it as food for thought. And again, this is not a partisan attempt at going after anybody. I know a lot of people are going to come back to me and say, Mike, you didn't do this when Donald Trump was in office. You're a Trump supporter. I want to say this again. I supported Trump's agenda for America. There were things that Trump did that I didn't like and that I was against. Trump is not in office anymore. We're not talking about it. We're talking about the status, the condition of our United States today in recent times, current events. That's what we're talking about. If Donald Trump were the president, I'd be talking about him. If Donald Trump's administration was currently in power, I would be talking about them. Or in office, I should say. I shouldn't use the word power. It just so happens that Joe Biden, his administration, the Democrats, they're in control. Doesn't mean I'm going to disagree with everything that they're doing, but there are things that are happening now that are very troubling to me, and I think that they should be troubling to most Americans out there. Because remember, it's all about what's best for our country, what's best for our lives personally, for those that we love, for our children, for our grandchildren. The reason I wrote this book is to make people aware of what is going on from my perspective. You can agree or disagree, but I did a lot of work and a lot of research to make sure that what I'm providing you is factual information. You go look it up from there and see if I'm hitting the nail on the head or not. So, again, what's bothering me currently right now? And I have to say this. The chaos in Afghanistan, I mean, we're talking about it all the time. What's bothering me about it mostly is that, number one, the right people, I should say, are not admitting that it was chaotic. And number two, no one is being held accountable for it being chaotic. The responsibility is being thrown to everybody else but the people in charge. That's troubling. You know, when you say the buck stops with me, then the buck should stop with me. Take responsibility. And whoever should be held accountable should be held accountable. People in high office, they're not immune, to accountability. We should hold them accountable. We put them in power and we should hold them accountable. We need answers as to why Americans were left behind. We need answers as to why, I don't know what the number is, $85 billion worth of our military equipment was left in the hands of the Taliban. And who knows who else is going to get it. We deserve answers to that. And yes, that's bothering me. It's very troublesome to me. My point number two, 13 people were dead in an attack on military. 13 people. Nobody's being held accountable for that. As a matter of fact, the mainstream media, they don't really even want to talk about it. Fortunately, some people in the Democratic Party are upset about it, and they are talking about it, because this was a terrible tragedy, and it could have been avoided. No one is being held accountable. No one is taking responsibility for it. It's just gone. 13 people murdered. Another thing, there was a drone attack. We were told there was a drone attack on the enemy. We find out later that was false. That I think 9 or 10 innocent people were killed in a botched drone attack from the United States military ordered by our president. A lot of children were killed. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's being held accountable. No one. Instead, what's going on? And this is very troublesome. Border Patrol agents who are trying desperately to take control of what's happening at our southern border with the Haitian migrants coming across were on horseback. A photograph was taken of one, I believe, of the Border Patrol agents on horseback. And by the way, horseback has been used to control that section of the border for over 100 years. Not new. It's been going on for 100 years, 100 years plus. Well, the mistaken impression was given by that photograph that Border Patrol agent was carrying a whip and was whipping the migrants, when in reality, in actuality, it was the reins to a horse. And that's how you control the horse. Anybody that's ever been horseback riding knows that. The horse has reins, and you use the rein to control the horse. The photographer that took the photo said he never witnessed the Border Patrol agent whipping the migrants. It was false reporting. It was a mistake. It was wrong. It was proven factually incorrect. But what happened? Maxine Waters started to use the race card over it. Worse than slavery, worse than anything. She knew it was false. To add to that, President Joe Biden gets on national TV. And what does he do? He reprimands the agents. We're going to get an investigation. They're going to suffer. They're going to pay. It was horrible. He knew it was false information. But to detract, or distract, I should say, from the crazy chaos that he's created at our southern borders, he plays this up, plays the race card, goes after the Border Patrol that he has put in a horrible position. He did it single-handedly, put him in a horrible position. This is bad stuff, people. I don't care if this was Donald Trump, I'd be saying the same darn thing. This is bad stuff. People should be upset about this. I am. I don't like when I'm lied to by our public officials, by people that we put in office. I don't like it. And they try to pull the wool over our eyes when they look at us like we're fools, like we're idiots, like we don't know what's really going on. I don't like it. It's not good for me. It's not good for you. It's not good for the country. It's not good for the world. Very bad impression that we're making here right now. What's more troubling? We don't have a count of how many illegal immigrants are coming across the border. And we don't know if they're being tested properly for COVID. Now, you mean to tell me these people are immune from COVID? They're being put into our communities. You and I are ordered, mandated to be vaccinated and to wear masks. These people are being poured into our community by the federal government. They're not tested. We don't know where they're going. They're not vaccinated, and they're not mandated to wear a mask. What does that say? Why does that not make you angry? We're not even talking about the fact that they're illegal and they're coming across. People that have worked hard to become legal citizens here, it's a process. They should be outraged over this. This is not a humane thing that we're doing here. Come on. Why are they doing this? Did you ever ask yourself that? I know why. I'm not going to get into all of that now, but I know it's obvious to me because I'm paying attention. Why are the Democrats trying to bring people into this country? Do you think it has anything to do with them maintaining power? Or do you really think that these people are so humane, that they just want to give everybody a piece of the United States on your backs, on the taxpayers' back? Because you know why? The Nancy Pelosi's of the world are not going to suffer one bit. They're not going to pay one extra dollar. They're not going to have one inconvenience put upon them by any immigrant that comes into this country because they live, in their rose gardens. I can go on, but you got to cut it at some point. I think I said enough today to give all of you food for thought. And if you're not upset, you should be upset by now after hearing this. These are facts. I'm not making this up. I'm not happy to report this, not happy to talk about it. And I will tell you this. I don't pull any punches in my book, A Mafia Democracy. Not at all. Why did I write the book? I'll say it again. For all of us here, for my children and grandchildren. I'm 70 years old. I'm going to tell you this. I don't care what the government does. I'm going to make my way. I've done it my whole life. I may be unhappy about it, whatever, but I'm 70. But my children, 7 of them, are younger. My grandchildren, 6 of them, and more on the way. This is the America that they're going to have to live in. And I'm scared for them. People become aware of what's going on so that we can fix it. And the way we fix it, we hold people accountable for their actions. If they don't do the right thing, we throw them the heck out of office. That's what we do. So that's it for today. And you're going to hear a lot more of this because I'm going to be paying attention on a daily basis. You're going to know what this mafia democracy is really about here in this country, and I'm going to keep you informed. That's my job. I have a platform. It's my obligation. It's my responsibility, along with all of you that have been given a platform where your word means something, where what you have to say is important. So that's it. How do I always leave you? Same way. Be safe. Be healthy. God bless all of you, and God bless America. And I'll see you next week.